Hi, and welcome everyone to this week's webinar. Once again, we're sponsored by Medicus Golf and Kick-Ax Golf, and we're filming here at our indoor training center here at Tiffany Green's Golf Club in Kansas City, Missouri. So today's webinar, last week we talked about slicing, or the ball curving to the right for right-handed players. So today we're going to talk about those select few of you that actually overcurves the ball to the left, or the hook side for a right-handed player. So let's talk about the three types of hooks. That would be the ones that, and this yellow line represents my where I want the ball to end up. Okay. You could hit a push draw, one that's the path starts to the right with the club face closed to the path. That will bring it back towards target. You can hit a straight draw. That's a club head path moving down the target line, but the face closed to that, as I think you can see represented by the stick. And you can hit a pull draw. That's a club that's working more inward, but the face closed to the path. So the ball will start left and continue to go left, farther left. So when you learn how to take those draws, those overdraws out, you'll actually be hitting more fairways and maybe even hit some to the right, because that will actually give you a completely different golf course than the one you're used to playing. So it'll be like you are a member at a new club. So let's talk about a couple of things that gets the path going too much to the right. So if I get set, and again I've got everything lined up on this stick. If I get to the top and my lower body gets too active and my hips push forward this way, okay, like I'm standing up, and my club path from this angle, right, my club path is too much outward, then that's a ball that's going to have the largest amount of hook. It'll start hopefully to the right, as long as the face is still pointed slightly right at target, but it will overdraw. The one that is more down the line, the club head's moving down the line, but the face is close to the path that the club head's swinging on, so it will start at target or slightly left of target and then draw away from it. Then we have the one that is coming from, like we said, inward. That's the club head path, swinging inward with the face close to that path, so you get the full hook. So again, here are the reasons for those. So if I'm set here, and I get to the top of the swing, and my pivot, my lower body kind of goes this way. You can see I'm standing up out of my original angle of inclination. You can also see how that would tip the shaft way back here behind my hands. Now that path is too outward. The path is basically the direction the shaft is pointing. So from down here, players will try to save it and overroll their hands. So you can get a low, smothered duck hook out of that as well. The one that starts a little straighter as I get to the top, now my midsection did its job. Right now the club is coming kind of right down my forearm, and it's parallel to a delivery right here. Now if I have the face pointed at the target where I wanted it to end up, but my path is just slightly right of that, it will start at target and go left of the target. So it's moving away from it. Then we'll have the one that is more outward to inward. These are the people that start their upper body forward, the club head comes out, so now it's moving inward, and the face is closed to that path. Now, most people that do that, however, actually hold the face open, and it's to save the shot and try to get it back to target. So most people that do that will actually get what's called a pull fade. But those are the three draws: push draw, straight draw, or a pull draw. And again, only one of those is playable, and that is the push draw. Just like the fade, the only one that's playable is the pull fade. So if you read the initial part of your ball flight, that's primarily where the club face was pointed when the ball left the face. the curve is always away from the path. So the larger the discrepancy, let me just show you this. So if I have a face and path that are square like this, okay, and we're going to say that they're square each other. I'm going to go like this so it's square. The larger that discrepancy is between the two, the larger the amount of curve is going to be. So if I take another stick, and I put this like this is the face and path equal, so this is dead straight. No matter where it starts, it will go dead straight. If my path is farther left than my face, this ball is going to curve to the left. If my path is farther left of the face, then the ball is going to curve to the right. So a path that is left of the face or right of the face is going to produce a draw for a right-handed player. Left of the face will produce a fade for the player. So again, you want a little discrepancy if you're going to play a curve. You just don't want a lot. You can see if I widen this, I'm going to widen this path this way. You can see how much that's tilted. Okay? Now I'm going to keep that same relationship, but just narrow the path. Now it's not tilted near as far. So wider path, discrepancy, more curve. Less discrepancy between the two, the smaller the amount of curve. So how would I get out of overhooking it or overcurving it? I can do that a couple of ways. I can let's talk about the first one, the one where the rear's going this way and the path's too far in to out. Just set a bucket, a cone, anything, and I'll give you. Let me show you real quick. I'll grab a cone. All right, so let's say that this is my cone. And this is where I'm set up at. I'm going to move it back here slightly. Okay. So now as I go back and I start down, I don't want to hit this cone back here. You're going to feel like you're coming more this way, a little bit more on top of it. Okay. The one where the club face is just a little bit pointed left, which we call the straight draw, your path just needs to be a little bit farther to the right. Now let's say you're the person that has the shot from here that it's coming over this way, you're getting a pull draw. Well, for this person, we want to feel that you're coming and missing this cone to the inside. So just you can buy one of these at Home Depot. I don't even know how much they are, but they're not expensive. And you can buy these rods at Lowe's. They're like $1.98 each. Set up a practice station. If you're trying to eliminate something, set something up in your way so that you can block it. Again, if I'm getting too much in to out, I'm going to move this out here just a little bit. If I'm getting too much in to out, I'm going to move this cone back here so that I have to miss it coming down. If I'm going this way, I'm going to whack it. So I want to feel up, I want to feel right on top of it. As you can see, this is what we would call inline. Okay, that's called to the right or outward. This would be more inward, pathwise. So watch your initial ball flight, because that will tell you primarily where the club face was pointed. The curve will tell you whether the path was right or left of the face. Next week we're going to talk about chipping and how to hold more chips. So you want to have special attention to that segment next week. I got to run back to the tee. It's been fun talking to you, and I will see you again next week.